Okay, Assalamualaikum and very good afternoon. Okay, this week we're gonna cover on chapter 4, okay, on topic planning. For this part, we have a two kind of slide, okay, I would like to share with you. Before that, let me check on the sharing part. You can see. Stop sharing. What about record? Okay. So let me continue quickly because by today we're gonna try to close on two topic of same slide, same topic, two kind of slide. Okay, just for additional for topic planning is quite long, but we compress into a short one as long as cover all the subtopic. Okay, okay. For your information, in couple of weeks, okay, we're gonna taking for midterm. Okay, at the same time, for the midterm also, I would like you to know it's gonna be on actual what they call it uh, examination. Okay, for midterm, this is what we're facing now, dealing with the LMS system. Certain of the lecturer, when I discuss with them, even though last week was quite busy with the public holiday, okay, and I discussed with them whereby either they can use LMS or not. They say it must use in LMS. So just wait a couple of weeks or couple of days, okay, see how is it to be improved. Once it's been improved, I will let you know. So the period of conducting midterm is quite current, means it's gonna be happen on the actual timing. Okay, means the exam akan diduduki pada masa yang sama. For example, if I open on Saturday 2 o'clock, so each of you must open your camera, okay, fill the piece of paper, standby piece of paper, then you just write down on the answer only. So most of the answer, okay, you need to snap in on your handphone picture and you submit me through the LMS by downloading. Okay, not downloading, uploading. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, that's what I've been told. Other than that, I'm not so sure how, but if you can take a picture and send me by WhatsApp also, I just kept as a backup. You see how was it. But the process of marking is based on that two kind of method. Okay, dua cara tu sahaja that I've been told lah. So this is my first time by teaching ODL. At the same time, ODL is not an issue for teaching, but issue is for the final exam and so the midterm. Okay, at the same time, some of you already submit the assignment also. Thanks to you. Okay. Again, for the assignment, you need to submit the full report of words. Okay. Another one is a full presentation session. Okay, you all work presentation too. So for the presentation, like you doing like what I'm doing now, also can. Okay, while you are open another slide of a PowerPoint. Okay, another slide is your faces. Then you do a presentation. Okay, some of your friend asking either can use another apps regarding the presentation compare with the Teams. It's up to you. Okay, it's up to you. Okay, check. Some of you gonna enter. I'm gonna check. Okay, welcome Shahid. Thank you. Okay, I already started a couple of minutes. It's okay. So again, regarding okay, regarding the assignment, some of your friend already submit. Okay, it's good. Wait, stop sharing. No, no need. Okay, the midterm. Okay, bear in your mind again and again, don't worry about the concept of a midterm. Is whereby I would like to share the tips that they're gonna come out for your midterm also. So just focus on that kind of a question. So from there, you can study on that part, and you can answer properly. So most of the time for examination, for midterm, loading to the you need to uploading to the LMS is similar with your final exam soon. Okay, don't worry about that. Also means I'm gonna share the tips. Okay, I believe most of you already taking some exam last semester, right? Yes, the technique is similar. Okay. Okay, let me double check. Okay, welcome. Okay, let me start the class. So for chapter 2, oh wait, let me share. Okay, like I say, for chapter 2, I have two kind of slide, but with a similar topic, but they can be extend on the topic on the planning itself. Okay, for chapter 4 is topic on planning. So we go on this slide first, okay, regarding planning. For slide number 1, it's a planning in principle of management. Okay, bear in your mind, before this, you already know about the topic of organizing, okay, leadership and communication, if I'm not mistaken. Leading is not yet. So we're gonna go through one by one. Okay, so let me check first. The newcomers. Okay, there's no one there. Okay, let me continue. So for planning, it stands as a core of function within the POLSC or block framework. Okay, planning including organizing, leading, and controlling is a crucial first step, setting clear objective and charting the course of action to achieve them. These foundation elements underpins all subsequent management function. Okay, for information, the topic on management they cover on these four management function: organizing, leading, controlling, and also planning. Planning is a first step need to understand in every management. Okay, like we learn about the history of Rome Empire, okay, Chinese dynasty. So it's involved on these four criteria of a management function. So planning in bahasa like what you want to understand is something that you need to prepare first on the paper. Uh, in other words, as a designer or also what you call it, architect, it's a blueprint. Okay, so a part of a planning, think a moment about the information need to explain. First is about what, where, who, and how. It's all about planning. Okay. On your left side is a picture of a preparation, always be planning. What I mean by that? Every successful progress, okay, either is making for bridge or any kind of a project is involved of planning. So this is a picture for making a bridge. Planning is based on the expectation of order. Okay, as you know, on the part of a blueprint technique, you need to prepare something in sketch. So from there, you need to prepare some picture or some basic blueprints so the team to understand what need to be achieved. Okay, and also some reference coming. Okay, and also some preparation is based on the expectation of chaos. Okay, in the words of order and chaos, as you understand, is involved in the planning process. Okay, plan for orders and you will be destroyed by chaos. Prepare for chaos and you will thrive in any condition. Okay, any kind of a management or process they involve of issue or conflict. So that's quite it's a basic in the program, in the process of a management function. Um, okay, as you know, planning is every single thing that involved in your daily task also. Okay, for example, for your student progress, while you are taking one of the subject, you need to understand your planning. Okay, either you understand about the information being given, you understand about the assessment need to be fulfilled. Okay, what I need you as a student to be achieved is very simple. Okay, just bear in your mind, you need to understand the assessment. Okay, the assessment example for our subject, they only cover for four: quiz, midterm, assignment, presentation, and lastly, final exam. If a final exam, you just be focused on it, you cannot get A plus. That's what you're gonna face. Okay, some of your friend also discussing with me info about the assignment. It's a great progress. Okay, don't worry, don't be scared. Just send something on WhatsApp to show your progress on your assignment. Okay, I believe this last semester you already prepared it. Yes, it's quite similar. Okay, then so what is a planning? Planning is a process of deciding in advance what need to be done, how it will be done, when it will be done, and who will be responsible for this for its completion. Okay, it acts as a bridge connecting an organization current state with its desired future goals. This process inherently involves forecasting future condition and making informed decision even amidst uncertainty. Okay, as you know, it's a process of management. Okay, so as you know, the first step of planning is based on the current state where we are now. Second is about the plan, and the third is about desire. Okay, and as you know, okay, these three kind of a main plan which involve of a operation. So as you can focus on it, it's quite what you call it synonym on your certain progress of activity. Okay, and the word of forecasting is quite matched in the planning element. Okay, as you know, every single task that you've been dealing is involved of a planning. Okay, so from here you just make a new progress on the planning, so you need to be execute. So from there also, don't worry about the any kind of input or output that you be facing, but at the same time is a point that you need to give a priority. Okay, so about the planning, just bear in your mind is covered on the element of a management function. Okay, already been covered about the organizing. Okay, about the communication. Now it's about the planning. Then Okay, the importance of planning. Planning is a primarily managerial function, laying the groundwork for all others activities. It provides essential direction, giving purpose to organization efforts by enabling a coordination and control. Planning helps business navigate future uncertainty and achieve stability. Okay, first, as you know, is provide direction. Most of the management or organization or your own company, you must have some vision, mission, and also normally it's two of these, and objective. But of course, most of the organization or involved of a business is based on profit element. Second, enable coordination. Okay, this is mean from the planning where they should direct. Either it's a certain department or you need to delegate for each of a level of a department. And third is a manage uncertainty. Uncertainty is something that, yes, whatever you be planned, step 1 until step 10, example, you gonna facing with a certain uncertainty. Okay, sesuatu yang di luar jangkaan. But at the same time, it help you. Okay, it help you to close all the loophole. Okay, lubang-lubang dalam management you. Okay, lubang-lubang means something that can be your weakness. But at the same time, yes, you need something that have a backup plan. Okay, very simple. If you have a business that's selling fresh flower, as you know, you must know what kind of equipment you have to keep them as a fresh product, and then how you're gonna uh, pace or not pace, how you gonna delivery from section A until section B or C. So the process of delivering takes important. Although at the end, you're gonna achieve to your client, but you're gonna facing some uncertainty issue. Okay, example as a weather, bad condition of the flower. So certain at the element you take point or you take as a your own what you call it as a point on your progress. Okay, then nature of planning. Of course, they focus on only four. Okay, goal oriented. Okay, aligned with the objective. Like I say, mission, objective, and mission of the company. Okay, second, pervasive. Okay, across all levels. Okay, means they cover all on your departments. Okay, if you department of marketing, you cannot help for operation. So from the operation also, you cannot help from the marketing side. But each of these two department, it have a related, okay, ada kesinambungan. Then we go on intellectual, okay, require analysis. This is something you need to do a statistic progress, whereby you analyze, okay. Either you will understand in 1 year, we have a quarter of year or half of year or annually. So dalam setahun you kena divide. Okay, that's all in 1 year. What about 1 month? Okay, from 1 month also they have their own expectation. Okay, okay. With someone else. Oh, okay, no. Okay, we continue. From four nature of planning, the last one is reflect on the flexible, adapt to change. This is what they call it uncertainty. Okay, you're gonna facing in this issue. Planning is inherently goal oriented. Ensure all activity align with the organization objective. Is a progressive occurring at every management level from strategic to operational. This intellectual process demand careful analysis and foresight, remaining flexible enough to adapt to dynamic environment. Another part of a management that you should understand is data collection. It means what I mean by data collection. Some of the organization they focus on data collection between the process of their own management and also a client data progression. Okay, I put example for data progression for management. If my company around 5-year operation, I should have a data operation for the first year I'm operate. So from there, I can do my forecast for the future progress. Okay, this is something that you should involve, but I understand it's reflect on the uh, expertise on the computering. But believe me, now is 2026. They have a lot of apps that can help you to build your own management process. So from the apps, you just log in any kind of activity and so on, and then it became your historical report. So this is equivalent with the data collection. Okay, on the client part is different. So for client part, you will know the fluctual, okay, pergerakan business you. Okay, which month is quite higher in sales, which month is lower in sales, which month sometimes you didn't give a sale, but it reflect on the break even. Okay, break even tu sama rata. Cost keluar sama banyak and also your benefit. Okay, your cost is similar with your profit margin. Okay, then from financial planning, the type of planning. Okay, as you know, our topic is quite direct, so don't worry. Most of the information or the input is from the book resources, like I share in the lesson plan topic. So from here, we cover on the type of a planning on the three part. First is about operational planning. This is what I say on the annual part. So you reflect on the short term, less than 1 year, daily action step. Then tactical planning regarding the midterms, okay, 1 until 3 years, implementary strategy, and the strategic planning for the long term, 3+ year above, okay, organization wide mission base. Okay, I put it very simple. Operational planning is involved of a daily action step whereby every single activity per daily is gonna record. So for you to understand the progress of your business. Okay, reflect on the strategy part, long term. This is what you can see if your organization it's reflect on the certain of like I say easy to know is based on the globally one world. So certain of the company depends on the continental benua. You have Asian, you have Australia, you have a Middle East, you have a American. So what you understand is whatever happened in Asia is not similar with the Middle East, or what happened to the Asia is not relevant to Europe. So from there, you have some your own strategic planning. Okay, the different or the effect of a different, they have a lot of what you can say influence. Some of them based on the religion, culture, the demographic, okay, the people itself. So it reflect on that. So based on the type of planning, just refer for these three tactical or planning. Then planning process step. Okay, over here they cover the topic process step. The planning process begin with a true environment scan analyzing economic, competitive, and customer condition. This lead to forecasting future condition, setting measurable objective, and evaluating alternative action to select the best course for the detailed plan formulation. This is going to reflect the whole process of planning. So first is cover on the environmental scanning. Okay, as you know, you should analyze the economic, the competitive, and the customer condition. Competitive also reflects on your competitor. Okay, whereby from this part, you should understand the what you call it, the scenario on your business progress. Okay. Second is about forecast. Okay, forecasting predict future condition based on data and trends. This is what I mean. You should have your historical data. Okay, very simple. Put an example for last year, Chinese New Year. What kind of a progress that you what you facing and what kind of a benefit you facing. or you achieve. So from this year, Chinese New Year, you know how you to complete the similar task, but for gain extra profit. So maybe you, of course, you're gonna open extra technique to gain more profit than previous report. Then objective setting. Establish clear, measurable objective with a timeline. Okay. Normally for the objective organization, it's gonna be a similar every single year. Okay. If your company grow well, yes, from there you're gonna start to divide a certain of a brand or rebranding again, then you have a new objective setting goals. Okay. The fourth one, alternative evaluation, identify and assesses cost of action. This is involving of controlling issue also. From controlling, you need to do your certain post-mortem to ensure in future plan you're gonna be success. Okay, and the last one, plan formulation. Select best alternative and create detailed plans. This is where you already bring the blueprint into the documentation. So from there you will know, for this year, this is what we achieve. And for the last year, this is what we achieve. If you do a comparison, yes, you're gonna get the best alternative. Okay, this is what most businessmen or business company involved. In planning, as you know, is a rules of a management process. So whatever you need to be execute, you need to be planned first. Okay. Then we go on the derivation and spotting plans. Okay. Derivation plans are secondary plans like policy, procedures, and budget that support the main organization plan. They are ensure alignments and coordination across department, facilitating smooth implementation and effort resource allocation. So from here, okay, okay, mostly for derivation plans, or also supporting plans. This is what they call it like a plan B or planning. So what do you mean by plan B? Some of the organization or management itself, they must have this kind of a progress. So at least on this part, whatever the impact or the challenge you're facing, you can be move forward. So here they include as a policies, okay, for the procedure and the budget. These three main important elements. So what I mean by policy? Board guideline for action. Policy means something that you need to be followed by the organization rules. Okay, very simple. If it be conduct in the internally, you cannot be share all the information from to outside. I mean, okay, information tu hanya dalam company. Just click or just cap on your company itself. Okay, like a procedure, detailed step for task. This is include SO for SOP also. Okay, as you know, SOP, you understand, right? The process of procedure, standardized procedure. So whatever the process you're facing, you can't share for the others company, but at the same time, you can adapt with your situation. Okay, and budget is very important or crucial element in the management. It's include or is explained as a financial resource allocation. Okay, budget is an element whereby you need to make the process execute, or means it's gonna do the process well until you gonna determine the final step. Okay, a very simple thing. Okay, if you have a business that relate on your delivery process, of course, the delivery process involve of a budgeting, involving of what? Labor costs, okay, petrol, okay, what else? Your maintenance of equipment. So they must have some allocation on this part. If not, it's gonna be facing on what? Okay, on your what I can say as a challenge, and then they're gonna create a conflict. Lastly, your client will not gonna get any kind of a delivery. Okay, I put it very simple. For my part as a lecturer, if I doing some proposal regarding the event, some what you call it, site visit, whatever the proposal I allocate, budget for meal, budget for the fees, budget for the operation. Lastly, the important of a budget is a miscellaneous or also emergency. The word emergency here, that something that we cannot predict what happened for my planning visit site. So I need to allocate one site for the emergency. So any kind of emergency I facing, okay, from there I can use that kind of a budget to cover up. Simple as that. Okay. So if you have any question, please ask me if you like. Okay. At the same time, also, I need to check. Oops. Okay, either you hear me or not. Okay. So let me continue again. Okay, planning and decision making. The essential of strategy is choosing what not to do by Michael Porter. Planning intrinsically involves making crucial choice among various alternatives. This requires a rational evaluation of the pros and cons and associated risks for each option. Manager utilize both qualitative and quantitative, okay, techniques to ensure sound, well-informed decision that propel the organization forward. Okay, as you know, the manager utilize both quantitative and qualitative. This both technique is a measurable, boleh diukur. Okay, only the technique or the information, the material or the method is quite different. Easy to say, it's like in bahasa what you call it, borang kaji selidik. This kind of what you call it, borang kaji selidik. If you want to gain information from the certain of a issue, you just write down the answer from either is okay or not until 1 until 10. So from there, you can measure all the input you get. I put it very simple. In the PhD program or master program, you're going to create a what you call it, a research paper. So most of the research paper, of course, is going to be related on the situation environment. I put example the topic about the food, the quality of the food. So where we want to get the best quality answer, of course, from the foreigner or tourist. So from the tourist and foreigner, where we can find them. Easy to say, just do your survey on the airports. So from the airports, you will know some of the tourists that already arrive and want to be depart. You should know where you want to find. Of course, you want to find them on the department. Okay, balai berlepas. Compare with the customer or not customer, foreigner or tourist that just arrived. Just arrived, they didn't have any experience for the food quality or food safety, so on. So you need to find that information. Yeah, you need to find some client or some tourists that they want to leave from Malaysia. Simple as that. Okay, and from there, this is bit important about block. Okay, okay, planning role in management framework. Okay, as you know, management function is involved of a four element. Okay, either four or five. We can cover all of it. So in the topic organism behavior also, they cover a similar task on this kind of elements. Planning is a procedure to organizing, okay, leading and controlling. Okay. Okay. Again, planning is the precursor to organizing, leading, and controlling. It provides the essential standard and direction necessary for the control function to measure performance against objective. Planning integrated seamless with the others function, ensuring all effort are synchronized to achieve overarching organization goal. Okay. Oh, wait. Someone tried to enter, but it's not here. Let me check for a while. Hmm. Okay, wait. Hmm. Not blocking anyone. So why one of your friend can't joining? Not so sure. We wait a couple of minutes. Try to adding your one of your friend here, Kyrie. Okay, we wait another minutes maybe. Not so sure why. Not sure why. Maybe we can continue. Okay, for this block framework, just understand about the structure of this. They involve of this kind of element management function. First, as you know, they focus on the planning for setting objective and action. This is the first step. Second is about control. Second is about organizing. structure, resource, and task. Okay, this is what they divide into the departmental. Okay, then based on leading, motivation, and direct. Leading means they represent on the managerial level. So from the managerial level means they must have a leaders on the each department. Okay, put a very simple example like a F&B. So in front of the F&B, of course, you have a like a manager outlet. From the manager outlet, you have a manager restaurant and also kitchen. So from that manager also you have the another co what do you call it, co-assistant that call it as a supervisor, and then of course the workers. So that is involved for leading. Lastly, it's about controlling, monitor and correct. Monitor and correct here, they involve of a documentation. So from here, whatever your process of the program, you must have a documentation as what? As you easy to recheck for the future planning. Okay, this is an example of one of the element of the framework. It reflect on the planning, organizing, leading, and controlling. Based on the planning, what the action that determine. So of course they have a mission, vision, objective, goals, and culture. It must involve of this. This is the first task. Then for organizing, conduct, coordination of activity and resource, delegation and assign. Okay, this is what they involve of a department. And leading, most important function, influence, someone that can lead. Okay, an example of a leader. Okay, from here they create a motivation, communication, and performance appraisal. Okay, performance appraisal, as you know, is a point whereby you can measure your own team, either give a positive impact for them by giving some reward and benefit. Okay, for communication, as a leading part, you must do a communication aspect. Very basic. It's like a meeting. Okay, what else? Raw call. Okay, department, what do you call it? Conversation. So from there, most of the leaders hear from your own team. Okay, but controlling, lastly, is reflect on the monitoring and evaluation activities. Okay, for here you can ensure the performance stay with the standards. Okay, follow the accurate process. Is controlling. If you reflect on the factory element, is the best technique they have. Okay, whatever the understanding on that, the controlling is number one. Okay, so these four of a framework based on block is very important for the management. In fact, if you have your own organization also, they include this kind of element. Okay. Hmm. Yeah. Some of it try to. So any question about this part? Okay, I believe it's more direct. Okay, more direct means it's reflect on the actual or straightforward. Okay, one of your friend tried to. Okay, so for planning role, okay, just point on this part. Okay, please read and understand about this block framework. It's gonna come up for your midterm also. Okay, uh, I hope you understand about all the synchronize. Okay, kesinambungan dia. Sebab miss if of the planning part of a block framework is quite same. After this also we're gonna go on deeper on the topic organizing, okay, leading, motivation, okay, and so on. So here for the summary, effective planning principles. Effective planning is a paramount of achieving organization goals and sustain success. It must be systematic, flexible, and consistently aligned with the mission. This dynamic process involves continuous evaluation and the agility to take corrective action, forming the bedrock for all managerial activity and strategic decision making. So as you know, the planning is going to reflect all the process, okay, for aligned to take corrective action. This is whereby the standard operation procedure occur. Means if you have that kind of standard, of course, they have some weakness. From there, you can uh, implement the improvement. So for the last point, is essential for goal achievement and success, must be systematic, flexible, and mission aligned, involve continuous evaluation and corrective action. Lastly, foundation for all managerial activities. Okay. Certain of our managerial activities involve planning starting on the early of a month, but in sequel of the every month actually is quite the same. It's just already plot on your system. Like for example, you already put the system on the Excel. Senang je. Install dalam Excel semua element. So every month you're gonna facing same activity. Only the current situation they're gonna be a different. Okay, I put very simple. Before COVID and during COVID, confirm you're gonna facing a different progress. So from there, what you learn? Of course, everything, even though it's on what you call it, COVID terms, you should plan or you should put a point on your Excel whereby it's gonna be your reference. Okay, sebagai rujukan juga. So from this slide, any questions so far? Okay, it's quite direct, but don't worry. Okay, we go on the second slide, similar topic, but they go on bit different concept of approachment. Okay, still in topic chapter 4 on planning. So regarding effective planning for the presentation, okay, effective planning is a cornerstone, okay, cornerstones of any successful presentation. It ensures your message is clear, your audience is engaged, and your delivery is confident. This guide outline this guide outlines key steps to help you craft a compelling and impactful presentation. Okay, for this slide, it represents yourself as a manager. What I can say is about the research. Okay, the words of planning also, they're not involved on the whole process, but it's reflect on yourself. Okay, what I mean by that? Is it share slide of this? Oh, I didn't share. Sorry about that. Okay, again, about the first step of planning. Okay, this second slide is represent yourself. Okay, whereby you as a presenter. Okay, this guide outline key steps to help your craft and compelling and impactful presentation. Then you must understand your purpose and audience. First is about define objective, second research audience, third customize contents. For define objective, clearly articulate your presentation goal. Okay, whether to inform, to pursue, or to entertain your audience. Okay, most of the first objective defined, it reflect how your delivery. Okay, macam mana penyampaian kamu. Okay, of course, for the first step, you need to gather the crowd. The gather crowd here means you need to understand the situation. Okay, then second one is about research audience. Understand their background, interest, and existing knowledge level to tailor content effectively. Okay, for research audience, as you know, what kind of people that gonna come into your presenter. or your seminar or so on. In fact, your audience is reflect your co-workers. Okay. Lastly, it's about customized contents. Adapt your message and tone to resonate, especially with your audience needs and expectation. So from here, you will understand how to multiply, how to, but you can get shift 360 the process of your presentation. Okay. I put very simple. Okay, in the actual face-to-face lecture with me and my student, sometimes I'm gonna set a barriers whereby not just I'm the person that as a lecturer gonna express what I'm saying on the slide. Sometimes I ask the student, I debate with the student. So from their debates, among them, they're gonna come up with some specific information from their understanding. So from there, it's quite important. So student also can increase their self-esteem. Okay, jangan jadi what you call it, too shy or too humble. At least, okay, because we want to create a student that can cope into the industry or can manage into the real business or real environment. So from there, let them to be lead also. So from there, sometimes it's quite what you call it, come out from the topic from the slide. But the situation is try to convince them. Okay, don't let them quite in bahasa you call it katak bawah tempurung lah. Let them close a lot. No, sometimes just ask them, what do you think about this topic? What do you think about this statement? So at least they have their own purpose and also their own opinion. Okay, from there also is really important. Then, um, okay, select and narrow your topic. Okay, as a presenter, you will know the direction. Okay, from there you need to narrow your topic. Choose a relevant and engaging topic that genuine excites you and align with your expertise. Okay, of course, from your background, if your background is a finance, if your background is a management, if your background is a business, you allocate on that part. Okay, then share to the audience. Ensure the topic is appropriately scoped and avoiding extremes that are either too broad or too narrow for the allotted time. Okay, this is based on timing for presenter. Of course, timing is very important. If you drag too much, it's gonna be a boring and so on. Okay, confirm the topic fits audience expectation and the overall context for the event or meeting. Okay, as a super manager, as a supervisor or manager, you need to catch your audience. What I can say, whatever the expectation from your co-worker or staff, you must show that you can lead. So the best example, highlight the information, the important information first. Then you will understand the actual situation that you can involve in the staff progress. Okay. Sometimes the co-workers or the staff, they don't want to tell you 100%, but they want to see from your side. As a boss or as a manager, what you can help us. So for me or for the manager, we need to put ourselves in their shoes also. Okay. Then conduct through research. Okay, for research, as you know, you must conduct of data information. First, gather credible data. Second, incorporate evidence. Third is verify and update. What you mean by gather credible data? Collect information from the reliable sources, including academics, journals, industry report, and expert interview. Of course, these kind of elements you need to share. You need to have access. Okay, sebagai boss or manager, you have this kind of element of task extra. So why? So most of these elements they help you for gather in future. Paling senang, what I can say, if my background is F&B, I need to seek information on F&B, but another direction. Maybe fast food, maybe airlines. So what I can bring inside for my hotel industry. So from there, I learn something to share and to express a new technique to the organization. Second, incorporate evidence. Strengthen your point with complying statistic, insightful examples, and direct quotes from authorities in the fields. This is something that you get approval resource. Okay, orang kata apa? Kes-kes yang ada kepastian dan macam mana dia orang tangani. Okay, some of the cases outside there have been covered or been solved by the authorities. So that one also we can adapt. Okay, the third one, verify and update. Always cross-reference your sources for accuracy and ensure all data is current and reflecting information up to 2025. Okay, what I mean by verify update? Okay, this is something that uh, from the past around 90 something, okay, tahun 1960-an or 2000 is quite unreliable. Okay, unreliable means dah tak boleh nak digantungkan sangat dan kebergantungan tu tak perlu sebab terlalu lama. Okay, then cuba pada benda yang berbeza atau you need to have the updated. Of course, the updated means someone that involved in current or previous research at the same time is quite strong of their element of info. So from there we use as evidence or as a reflecting resource. Okay. Then we go on the create the clear outline. Okay. Of course, for introduction, body, and conclusion. This is include also like your basic assignment. Okay. From there, it should have involve of a process. Okay, process there. Introduction, hook your audience, state your purpose, and review main points. For body, develop 3 or 5 key arguments or ideas with supporting evidence. And lastly, conclusion, summarize, restate your main message, and provide strong closing. Oh, sorry, I shut down the camera. Then developing engaging content. So engaging content, you must understand, is quite a relevant topic or information. Okay, hook your audience, balance information, clear communication. For hook your audience, start with a complaining story through a provoking question or a surprising fact, capture immediate attention. This is why you need to hook your audience. Okay, hook means you get their attention. From there, they can focus on what you're gonna sharing. Balance information, combine solid facts and data with a relatable anecdotes and powerful visual for dynamic presentation. This is including the technique of a presentation slide, okay, the way you bring the information to the client or to the audience, how you can penetrate their interest. Okay. Lastly, of course, clear communication, use simple direct language, avoid complex jargon to ensure your message is accessible and understandable to anyone. Okay. Jargon means it's like a words of terminology. Okay. The words based on have a meaning. Okay, the words have a main core of a meaning. Then plan visual aid and activity. This is regarding the activity you get involved. Okay, the word of an impactful slide. Okay, either you put something that really mind twister. Okay, satu yang benda bila you buat satu presentation tu dia gabungan dia menyaglah. Okay, synergy. It's one of the part. Okay, second one on your right, engaging, engaging elements. Some activity with your teams whereby you put some quite not funny but short activity that have bring high impact. Okay, on that part they showing on the sticky notes. Some of the sticky notes you just put as organizer. Okay, teratur, then from there you are sharing the input. Then practice and refine delivery. Okay, this is how you deliver your technique of a presentation. Effective delivery comes from the dedicated practice. Of course, everything must be in practice. rehearsals your presentation multiple times to master timing and boosting confidence. Consider recordings yourself to identify area for improvement. Okay, number one, number two, and number three. Number one is to reflect on the timing and pacing. Ensure you are staying within your allotted time and speak at a clear, comfortable pace. Okay, this is regarding your own timing. Okay, if you allocate that part, you will understand the audience can accept or not. Okay, don't drag too long. Okay, clarity and flow. Check for the smooth transition and eliminate filter words to make your message sharp. Okay, this is regarding your practice on your objective, or you have to synchronize to target your audience. Okay, if you say A, make sure you have the all the evidence that showing the A is a proven technique. Oh, okay. Okay. Then from clarity and flow, it reflects on the confident and present. Practice build comfort, allowing you to project confidence and connect genuinely. Okay, something that when audience see you, you present in a smooth and genuine. Genuine is another word for in bahasa what you call the keaslian. Okay, means your presentation look alive. Okay, okay. Then we cover tip for effective presentation delivery. Okay, remember on planning part, this is how you as your self manager to present. Okay, so from here they have a technique. So start strong, captive, uh, captivize your audience immediately with the attention, grabbing question, a compelling story, or a powerful quotes. Okay, start strong means for your starting 10 minutes, you must capture their attention. Second, connect visually. Utilize expressive body language and consistent eye contact to build rapport and maintain audience connection. This is quite important. Okay, whereby in the meeting also, some of your workers or some of your team is quite humble or bent down. But at the same time, if they are looking on you, you need to manage your eye contact. It helps you to give a connect a visual. Okay, and then conclude clearly. Summarize your main point consistently and always invite question to foster interaction. So both of the question based on the both way of communication, whereby some of your workers also need their feedback from you, either this kind of a presentation or this kind of a delivery method, is it achieved on your attention or not? So at least the staff will give a feedback. Quite final for the pyramid summary and final thought. Okay, remember, everything is start from planning, blueprint. So from there, you know your audience focus. Okay, and then for the engagement, okay, either engagement means you can control them, you can let them to focus on your part also. Okay, through planning, ensure a confident and impactful presentation. Remember to thank your audience and encourage future interaction. Of course, this is something that what we call uh, service after buying. Okay, once you purchase one of the product like an iPhone or handphone, after purchase also they have a service to how I call it, to service your handphone, to prepare your phone in a better products if any issue happen or occur after you purchase. Same goes like when you do on your audience. Okay, thanks them. Okay, allocate them whereby they are quite important in your presentation. So whereby from there is a future interaction occur. Okay, dia akan menyambungkan, menyambung kesinambungan after your closing the meeting. Okay, Then for engagement, this is regarding your targeting and delivery, how you bring your technique to the uh, audience. And lastly, of course, through practice. Okay, so from this summary and final thought, it's quite basic for planning part. And that's it, guys. Okay, so again, so for my topic on planning, we have a both slide. So this slide also already delivered to you through WhatsApp. Again, now it's already a week 7, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, I didn't bring the calendar beside me. It's inside the office. So bear in your mind, on the part of quiz 1, I already get. So for the quiz 2, remember, if I give as time version of a quiz, please submit quickly, and then it's help for me to reallocate your marks and your assignment, the progress. And the lastly is your, not last, second last is your midterm. Midterm, I want to do a actual examination, but that's the problem on the LMS. That's why I say. But don't worry. Uh, this couple of weeks is quite busy with the, what you can say, with the public holiday and so on. And I try to settle on the LMS. Once I get it, I will share you the information for your midterm. But don't worry, your midterm also, I'm going to share the tips that are going to come out for your midterm. Okay. So for this class also, after this, maybe I'm going to give a quiz too. Okay. Read properly and try to answer well. Then submit me as usual, based on your direct message with me. Okay. Because last time I want to do a, what do you call it, Google Drive, but I cannot share the Google Drive under Teams file. Okay, this is under company, so I must create another one Google Drive on the Gmail. But that one I'm not need to do because one of the lecturer also mentioned just kept info with them through WhatsApp and also YouTube. Yes, the technique of YouTube also is really reliable. Okay, mudah diakses, so easy for me to also to use this kind of a technique. Okay, and then so far, right, 4 of you that coming to my class. I'm not I'm not sure about the others. If we then just double check. Okay, for the attendance, Maden, Jeb Leong, and Asria. Okay, but don't worry, just say hi in this group, see how was it. Okay, so if you don't have any question, okay, try to end up this class quickly. But at the same time, I'm gonna send you quiz 2. Okay, kindly do best on your part and send to me as usual. Okay, because I want to round up all the marks on your assessment. Please, half of the marks is on my hand now, so it can easy to focus. Okay, so I open the session for any Q&A session if you like to ask. Okay, or maybe we have a quick break. Okay, for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, then we come back. Okay. Okay. If you have any question, please let me know. But this is what I discussed previous class earlier, whereby I need to understand on the assessment accepting means I already accept your quiz. Okay, and second second quiz. Maybe after this I will pass through WhatsApp. Please submit quickly. And then on your assignments, on progress on you. Okay. Feel free to contact me through WhatsApp. Please ask me anything so I can know better to resolve your issue. And about your midterm and final exam, both of that must be conducting through LMS. So whatever the issue LMS are facing it, we need to take a time, be hold on it. If not, I cannot do anything unless I have another approval to use another method for taking the midterm. Okay. So if you don't have any question, okay, thank you very much. Okay. Hopefully, message me if you have any issue or conflict. And if not, I'm gonna close this class a couple of minutes. Okay. And then we're gonna go for the quiz too. Okay. As usual, open book test is up to you. And then once you finish, submit to me. Okay. When you submit to me, send in PDF. I think I send using words. Okay. And send to me back using a PDF. So anything, please let me know. Okay, I will meet for a while until 5 p.m. Okay. So far, only 4 of you is quite active into my class. It's okay. Mm.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, you're welcome. If you don't have any question, I will close the class. Okay, thank you very much, guys. Just wait for my quiz 2 Santai-santai je. Okay.
Okay, sir.
And then for the quiz, I give on words. Okay. Tapi send to me in PDF. Is it okay? Okay, thank you very much. See you next week.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.